list from last week. Tonight, instead of an online DA at 9:30, we'll all just stay on. And then Cassie, if your Zoom cuts off, we can just start it again and just have more of like a chat, a Q&A, talk about the online party coming up and anything else that's going on in your business this month that you want to share or ask questions about. I think it's really fun, a good way to stay connected, especially because this is like the core group of people who been on every week. They're, you're plugged into everything. We're the ones really making our business a priority over the summer. And so it's good to learn from each other and what's going on. This coming Wednesday in Halifax at 6:30 is our DA at Mercedes-Benz. So note the time change, it's earlier there. It's at 6:30. And then after that, I just wanted to throw this out that anybody who's local and you want to come by my place, I know my vision board needs a revamp. So I was planning on doing it after that DA where it's an earlier DA that night. So bring your vision board, bring your pictures. I'll have some wine, some fizz, some tea, and we can just hang out and really just make a massive vision going into the fourth quarter. So that'll be this Wednesday after the DA. Next Wednesday is our lifestyle event in Halifax, and that one's going to be amazing. Every VP in our nation is going to share, and it'll be perfect for guests because it's going to be a DA, but all of us have a slide, and we're going to weave our story into that information. So it's going to be more personal, and I'm sure Zoom will be set up for that. And if you have somebody, a guest, maybe hopefully we can work it out that it's going to be really clear that they can even watch that if it's something that you think they'll really connect with. Next Monday, we'll have another Makeup Monday. And then Tuesday, I'm really excited for this, our online facial party. It's going to be run much like the other online parties, except that this time your guests are going to participate in a full RE9 facial, including the cellular renewal mask. And so just let them know that they need their sample of the RE9, their sample of the renewal mask, and they're going to want to be near a sink and a mirror and have a hand towel. And we'll be walking them through the steps and make it very clear that no one's going to see them. Like if they don't use Facebook Live, that's how it's going to work. CNTC, there's still lots of spots, so you can register for that. I'm so excited. Guys, it's less than a month away. Like CNTC is my favorite conference, more so than GTC. So I can't believe that we're going to be seeing each other face to face in just a couple weeks. Quarterly training, October 28th, that's in Halifax. EMVP Laura Murphy is a keynote speaker, and we've all heard her. She's phenomenal. I know we'll all learn so much. Zoom will be set up for that. And then we just found out November 25th, Dawn posted this on our Facebook page, is the next GT Leadership School in Calgary. So that's the one that Kelly Greening-Thoburn heads up. And MVP Brittany Johnston is going to be the keynote for that. And she's also phenomenal. She has a great story about really what it took to get to Nation. And so you won't want to miss that if you're on the West Coast anywhere. Make sure you get a ticket for that event. I think that's it. All right, Cassie, take it away.
Cool. I'm also vibrating about CNTC. I'm so excited. I don't know if anybody else is doing it, but I'm doing the run, the Zumba. I'm going to do it all. So if anybody wants to join me, you're more than welcome to. But for my topic tonight, I think pretty much everybody who's on the call is been in Arbonne for a little while, but I know there's a few people who might watch the recording that are brand new. So just if you don't know who I am, my name is Cassandra Scott. You can call me Cassie. My mom calls me Cassandra. It's official. But you can call me Cassie. And I am a soon-to-be regional vice president with Arbonne. And I want to keynote say that because I love saying that. When I present that because people don't care about where you are. People care about where you're going to be. So when I say, hi, I'm Cassie and I'm a soon-to-be regional vice president, they're like, oh, really? They're not asking what I am right now. So that's where I really wanted to start off by saying, really declare where you want to be. So I'm going to be talking about 4 topics. Can you just let me know if is everybody's speaker screen me? Okay, because mine is Lindsay, so I just want to make sure that everybody is seeing me. So 4 topics. I'm going to talk about consistency, focus, cold market, and I'm just going to touch a little bit on poaching. So what I want to kind of just start off with is just saying consistency. Especially when you're brand new in this business, we've all started in the same place. So we've all been, I don't know what I'm doing. We've all said, I have no idea what this means. We've all said, I'm overwhelmed. This is so much information. where do I begin? I've talked to everybody. I don't know who else to, like, we've all been there. So therefore, when I say, in order to get started, you really have to get started. A lot of us get caught up in the training and the tools and the booklets and the scripts. But what we don't tend to do, and I see a lot of people start off this business not doing anything because they've just gone through a major training, which, like anything, any college, any new job, you're going to go through training. So ours is just compressed and it's all available at once. So it tends to overwhelm people. So when I say in order to get started, you really have to get started. So when I say that, follow that system that we are given right at the very beginning. So when you are signed up, you have a getting started checklist, booklet, whatever your upline uses, follow it. It's very, very simple. So when you go through it, cross it off or check it off. If you finish that entire booklet or checklist or system, your first month, your business is going to have momentum, because you cannot do that checklist without having momentum. So therefore, when you have that momentum in your first month, that's going to roll over into your second month. And I want to just kind of stress about rolling over, because I am that rolling over. I had momentum in my first month. I used the checklist. I went through. I did everything that my upline told me to do. My first month had momentum and I went district. I kept that momentum going and it couldn't stop it. So I rolled into area. It wasn't like obviously I tried, but it wasn't like I was stressed about it, because my business rolled into area. I promoted into area the middle of the month. So I didn't have to worry about the end of the month crunching QVs to get there, because my business momentum rolled me into area. So that's where I just want to stress about starting your business strong. If you start your business strong right at the get-go, you can roll into these management levels. You're with work, but not stressed about it, because your business is just going to roll you there. So having consistency, stay focused on what your goal is. Again, like I said, my business rolled in and it started really, really hot. But like most businesses, you're going to kind of hit a dip. So when I say you're going to hit a dip, you're going to have goals. You're going to have places that you think you're going to be, and you're not going to necessarily meet them, because things like summer months can play into factor. But when I say stay focused, which means don't let those things get to you. So like me, for example, I'll use me as a example. My business isn't looking too hot this summer, but it's not going to stop me from being focused. I know where I want to be. I know what my goal is. So even though my business isn't what I want it to look like right now, it doesn't matter, because my focus is the same. I still get up usually every morning, depending if my child sleeps through the night, which hasn't been lots lately, but I still have the same routine. I get up, I do my personal growth, I do my business growth. And that could be sitting, if I'm really tired, I'll sit and have a coffee while listening to a SoundCloud, but it's something. Maybe it's just one chapter. Maybe it's just a little bit of an audiobook, but it's something. When you continue that momentum and you continue that focus on what your goal is, it doesn't matter how many letdowns or no's or missed goals you get, because no matter what, you're going to stay focused. Now, people that take the average speed of this business, they'll get their dips through over a time frame. But for example, my business went very, very quickly. So I'm getting all those right now at once. So for most people, they'd be like, whoa, this is not what I signed up for. This is too hard. But I'm staying focused. My pity parties are a lot less. Believe me, they still happen. I still host events and people don't show up, and I have to embarrassingly pack up my stuff in a busy bar and be like, sorry, there must have been like an accident. But I called Lindsay and I did my little freak out. And then the next day I'm like, okay, what am I going to do next? So my pity parties are less. So don't think because my business boomed right away that I don't have those, because I do. I still get no's. I still get letdowns. I still get missed goals. But it's not going to change my focus. I know what I want. So therefore, it's not going to change that. So what are my notes? Another thing with consistency, this funnel challenge that we're doing is amazing. Like, this is the definition of consistency. I'm planning on going to be using this every single month, not even just this month, because it holds you accountable for asks. I thought I was asking people. I was not asking people. This funnel challenge is literally making you ask people. And it doesn't matter if they get back to you or they say no. It doesn't matter, because we don't have control over what they want to say. What we have control over is our asks, because if we don't do the ask, they're not going to know to come back to us. And when people don't reply to me or say no, I don't care, because they're not saying no to me. They're saying no to this right now, because they're going to want to watch you a little more. And believe me, I'm giving them something to watch about. So therefore, when the time it comes right for them, they're going to come right back to me. So having these hold accountable asks, 15 every single week, it's just going to put yourself out there even more. And believe me, people are going to say no, they're not interested, whatever. I don't really care, because they don't know, they don't see what I see. So therefore, I love this challenge because it's holding you accountable to roll your business into momentum if you don't already have momentum. So we've got consistency, focus, cold market. I think it might have been Lindsay who posted it, but MVP Nicole Chug, she's in Australia, I think. It was just posted and it was about cold market. It's amazing. I've listened to it 3 times. I like to think that I'm like working in a cold market. I'm, looking here, I'm looking there. I'm not bugging my warm market. But this is awesome. If you haven't listened to hers, go back and listen to it, because she gives some amazing tips. And I think it's awesome because she posted something about, she started her business in a town that nobody knew. She knew nobody. So she went around into the malls and handed out flyers to people saying, will you host a party for me? I will give you $200 worth of free product. Essentially, we're not really giving away that. It's just host rewards. We're just naming it differently. However, people in your cold market, they're not going to want to do something for you unless there's something big in it for them. Even your warm market, your friends, it's an inconvenience to them to host a party. So they brush you off, or they say, yeah, maybe some other time. But if there's something big in it for them, people are gonna want to take that. You hold the bait, they're gonna take it. So this is awesome. So I'm planning on printing out on like a 4x6 photo paper and just having them in my purse, because you don't know who you're gonna meet. Therefore, you can hand this voucher to them, or if you sit at a booth at a trade show or a farmer's market, you can have these. So if you want more information on that, go back and listen to her post, and she literally lays it out for you how to do it. And I've gotten 3 people agreed to host parties, and one's an in-person one, which is like unheard of these days in my neck of the woods. So I'm pretty pumped about that in-person one. But that's a great way to build in your cold market. And another thing, I don't know where I heard it from, but Instagram. So if you're really into Instagram, something you can do to meet new people is to try to connect with people in your area. So what I've been doing is I go on in like the search area and like click on Grand Prairie and watch the Grand Prairie live feed. So I will see what people are doing, who they are. I'll click on their page. If we have similar interests, I'll like them, or I'll follow them, and then I'll start liking their posts. Therefore, I'm making a connection with people that are in my area. Even out of your area, you can search whatever you want and find people. I did it. Don't worry, we all do it. Don't vomit out Arbonne to them, because they're not going to reply to you. So what I've been doing lately is following them, liking their posts. Maybe I'll comment on a few things, or their live feeds, make a little comment, just shows some connection to them. And then when the time is right, I will bring up Arbonne. That way it doesn't feel like they're a number to me. And that way you're building a network in other places without feeling pushy. Actually, it was really cool. I found this girl on the Grande Prairie page, and she just became vegan. She's super into social media. She's got like thousands of friends. And all I did was kind of just comment on her live feeds, and because she's really funny. So I'm like, you are seriously hilarious. And so we just started having a conversation. And then we started talking about, she's like, yeah, I see you sell Arbonne. And she's like, yeah, like I like a few things. And so I said, like, I know this is probably crazy, but like, you are hilarious. You love social media. You're vegan. Like, you should do this business. And she's like, I actually thought about doing this business before, and I've talked with a few people, but it just didn't seem right. I'll put some thought into it. So I've sent her a few videos, and I left it at that. In a couple of days, I'll ask her again. And you know what? She's going to be in my business because she's perfect for this business. But I would have never met her if I wouldn't have gone on and found her on social media. So I'll kind of go back to this, but that's going to be our challenge for the week, is something to do with Instagram. But another thing I want to kind of just touch on, and I don't want it to come out in a negative way, but poaching people in other companies. When I first started, I would say, well, this person would be perfect for, but she's in this company and she's in that person. I'd be like, well, how do I get a hold of her? And I've talked to people that are in other companies. But now that I've been in Arbonne, and I am an Arbonne lifer, and you can tell from my social media that what I do is Arbonne. I have people poaching me all of the time. And it drives me crazy, because as much as like, you know, okay, cool, you're just trying to excel your business, you can clearly tell in my business that I'm happy in my business. So when people come to me and poach me, it frustrates me. And I politely decline and say, like, I'm very happy with the business that I am in. And then they rudely reply something back to me. So therefore, think of it as if you were reaching out to people and they're in a different company. How would they feel? The same way we feel if we're being poached. So as much as we think that these people might be a perfect fit in your business, you don't want them in your business. Because if they jump ship to you, they're going to jump ship to the next business. And you don't want that. So they're like, you may think, well, I just think that she'd be great and I don't really know very many people. There are billions of people in the world. Therefore, you will find people to talk to. Like, you don't need them in your business. So that's just kind of what I wanted to touch a little bit on. I didn't want to come off in like a negative way, but really try to refrain from poaching other companies, because I know I don't enjoy getting poached, and I'm sure you probably don't if you've been as well. So I just want to talk about consistency, focus, cold market, and poaching. So for my weekly challenge, I want all of you to connect with 5 new people on Instagram. And that doesn't mean like calling to them and then blurting out Arbonne. That means like finding them, following them, liking them, maybe make a couple comments, maybe watch their live feed and make a comment, and just have them follow you back. That way you're going to start building, and they're going to start watching your life, because as soon as they start following you, they're going to start seeing, and right now is a perfect time because we're going to CNTC soon. So therefore they're going to be like, holy crap, what are these people doing? So for today, if you can do like for the rest of the week, 5 new people, and then if you can continue that until CNTC, think about how many people is going to be new watching your life. So I hope that was helpful. I know I talk a lot. I don't know what time it is. Oh, I actually didn't do that. It's only 6:22. So what I'll do is I will stop the recording, and if you guys have any questions, feel free to ask. You know me, I'm an open book. Okay, so we'll